From our last session, we went ahead and extruded our artwork we imported into SolidWorks from Adobe Illustrator. And we selected pine as our material, as you can see over here in the property manager. And then we went back and painted it red. Well, now let's create an animation. So what I'm going to do at this time, I'm going to come down here to Motion Study on the bottom of my workspace area and click on it. And when I do that, it brings up some kind of recording thing here. Well, let's go ahead and expand that view so we can see what's out here. Now, to quickly create a fast animation and to get it out onto Adobe Premiere, I'm just going to go ahead and go to the animation wizard. Click on it, and it kind of gives you a preview of how a part would rotate around the y-axis in this case. Now, if I go to next, I can say tumble, which would be having it go that way, or I could have it go in the x-axis this way, tumbling forward. But I want to go with the y-axis. And I'll say in this particular animation, 1's fine. And I'm going to go ahead and set the duration to 10 seconds, and that's fine as well. So go ahead and finish. Now, as you can see on the timeline here, it's gone ahead and created quite a few things here. I've gone ahead and set my playback to loop, just so I can see this animation run over again. Now I hit the green arrow, and I'll let it play. So there you can see my animation of the word texts that I designed in Illustrator spinning around in 3D space as an animation. Now, of course, this will go back in loop and continue to keep looping as long as I need it to. Well, I'm going to stop it at this point. I'm going to go ahead and take my playhead here, and I'm going to move it back to the beginning. Now, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and collapse this timeline view, and now I'm going to save this animation out. Well, we're going to go ahead and try this first time. I'm going to say text as artwork. And I'm going to save it into my folder where I've got my projects going. So I'll go back up here to Richard Platt. I'll come down here to where my location is for my documents. And I should have a tutorial already set up in here that I'm working on, 3D animation. Looks like good. So call it text as artwork. And it's now set to SolidWorks screen, and it's an AVI file. I can select a series of bitmaps or a series of targets or target TGA files. Well, we want to go ahead and create an animation, so we're going to go ahead and say AVI. It's an old format, it's been around a long time, but it works great. Now, let's go down to aspect ratio, width and height. I'm going to go ahead and set this to, I'll set it to high definition format, which would be HDTV, 16:9. Well, we've got it in 3 animations. We'll go ahead and save. Now, as you notice, it'll come up and ask me for a codec, which is my video compressor. Microsoft Video 1 is fine, setting at 85% is excellent. We'll go ahead and hit OK. Now it's going to step around through this and copy off what's on the screen buffer and into a file called the texasartwork.avi file. So as it's doing that, it's writing the animation off, and it'll come back here in a moment and give us a sound letting us know that it's completed. Sounds good to me. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go down to our folder and open up a folders, and we'll come over here to click on any of these folders. We'll scroll up here and we'll select let's see here, recent ones, which is my 3D animation, and there should be an AVI file. Well, sure enough there is. I'm going to right mouse click on that, and I'm going to say open with Windows Media Player. Now you're going to notice something about this. There it is. It's pretty big and it's zooming around. Looks pretty awesome. So there's our movie we created. Now, we got to do some custom work to that, and we're going to take this animation file into Premiere. I can play it again if I want, as you can see here, but we'll bring it into Premiere, we'll add some titling, we'll add some effects, and then we'll write it off as a movie. So we'll go ahead and stop for now and come back to this later.